Hello. I would like to add to this ongoing vlog concerning the relationship with Alaba and the ongoing interactions. You see, what happens is that you start to as the relationship becomes deeper, the incidents become more frequent, the bond grows, and you start to get information, signs, symbols, knowledge about the landscape, and rather affectionate exchanges. The reason I'm making this video is that I want to say I can't make a video about every little thing that happens, because not only would it be too much, it would also be kind of inappropriate. So there's a lot that's going on that I'm going to save for the future, because secrecy is a very beneficial practice in certain situations. In this situation, for now, it's like I feel torn between, like, I could talk for so long on even just the last week. So that kind of stresses me. It's like, God, I'm too busy living it, let alone making videos. And, it's not like it's drastically important to anyone but myself, of course, but this is what I'm going through. So this is what I am documenting. And it would be very difficult to deny if anyone was to watch these videos, God bless their heart, all the way through, they would see an evolution in terms of synchronicity and, different, a kind of, an adventure taking place, if you like. So I'm torn between just the amount, and then the need to wait for the appropriate time to tie everything together. You see, it's more appropriate to, one's diary, and then at some point in the future to present it in a coherent format, as opposed to this and that, because it takes time to that's why I saw that and this relates to that. And I can see now, because of the when I look back on the past, there is a dialogue that is heading towards some kind of open-ended culmination, and at the very least, linked to my own personal development and an original quality of experiences and works of art and particular insight and way of a way of dealing with the fact that when your intentions are good, but you find yourself in the dark. Not all the time, obviously. Bloody alarm going off. It's reminding me I should be meditating now. I will be in a moment. I'm too busy waffling. Actually, it would be wrong to say too much more, because I think anyone of any intelligence would be able to grasp what I'm saying about just this impact of a build-up of ideas, experiences, that are not wholly within myself, but do resonate in terms of how you would expect it to relate to the actual history of the landscape. So that's the past. Now, what about the future? World's gone crazy, right? I mean, I can't complain about the internet. It's wonderful in terms of the things that I use it for. But it's just another nail in the coffin of any kind of sensible human experience in terms of the way it's usually and used. I know that sounds arrogant, but come on, it's true. I said in a previous video about, people just like posting 5 times a day, living online instead of in reality. And, when you think that, when you ally that with the notion that nothing can be done about the human experience in terms of the masses in a permanent way, there needs to be something for everyone in terms of being able to access the perennial tradition through different cultural lenses and symbol sets. Because as much as I am, but it's the black and white thing again. It's 2 things at once. There's something wonderful about globalism and the sharing of knowledge and the world getting smaller. And there's a lot that's really bad about it. Because we can't allow these changes to stamp over and dilute something that is so tenuous and so precious. So it has to be handled correctly. This is kind of a difficult video to make, really, because it's like the closer I get to explaining exactly what I mean, the more I realise that it only makes sense to me. It only really makes sense to me. But I'm a guy sitting in the dark in a van. But then again, I've made loads of these videos. Chuck this in with the rest of them. And it's not such a big deal right now. Except that it is. Whatever. Anyway, I more and more as time goes on, I realise the benefit of just present moment awareness of one's entire ontology. Becoming kind of, to use a lovely metaphor, headless. To access a state of almost, just non-judgmental synergy with just silent is-ness. And the peace that creates at one's core whilst realizing at the same time that we are still here